Hi guys, Vitek here at Blueberry Hill. So this is a big day for us. We're gonna have a concrete flood. Yay! So these guys are coming in promptly. 8 o'clock they started. The guy set up came here at 7:30 to set up. They're starting on the back of the house on the apartment side, farthest from the pump truck, and they're just moving on pretty quickly. Once the pump started going, it flowed pretty good. A lot of work because as you can see, it's kind of dark in there. We were a little bit light challenged. That's I guess our fault for we don't have any windows or anything yet, but they did really good with it. They had the youngins doing the light holding and stuff, and we had like 4 or 5 lights in there for them, so they did okay. It was still a little bit of a challenge, I'm sure. A little easier in the bigger open areas because they could see better. We had a couple lights in there, and basically the pump truck just flows it in there. They measure out pads with an electronic leveler. Make sure they're up to 3 inches, and they make pads on the walls, and they screed between the pads to make sure everything's nice and level. And overall, the finished product looks pretty good. We do have a couple of cream ridges that we don't really care for, but they're a little bit high. They're about 1/8 of an inch, which we'll have to knock down probably with a grinder. It might make sense to do that anyway, just to 100% level the floor out and make it consistently gritty, which is we like the natural look. We're not going to polish anything. Just for getting a little bit of grip and get anything wet or whatever. But it should be fine. A little more work for us on that end, but that's way down the line. But as you watch these guys work, they got pretty sweaty. It was very cold when they started. It was probably in the low 40s or high 30s, and then as they started working, they all got nice and sweaty and hot. And I'm sure the concrete had something to do with that, as well as lifting all that stuff. So overall, they did all the containers are roughly 3 inches. That was our plan. The containers are not all built the same, so the amount of concrete one took over the other might be slightly different. Our bedroom was 4.5 inches, like right there. So as you see them doing that, and here's a perfect example of the pads they're doing on the left side, right side. They leveled it out with the electronic instrument, and then they used the big screed 2x4, or it's actually an aluminum bar. That they put between the pads and just screed that, and it comes out quite well. The only downside of doing it in the dark, obviously, was when we saw the cream ridges. This is the 4th time we're using the same crew, and all our other stuff was nice and smooth. So I'm sure that had something to do with the visual aspects and the darkness inside here. In talking to him, this was their first flood in the container, so we're all kind of virgins on this in this regard, but it came out really well. The cool thing is, as more concrete got added in, the whole structure started getting less boomy. Usually you can punch the wall and it'll like resonate through the entire structure, and that of course is now gone. So that's great. I'm sure once we put the walls in, start tightening everything up, and do the spray foam, it's going to be quite awesome. Should be a pretty tight house. So they did the left side and the right side rooms in the back first, and then as we did the hallways where you see the stairway hole, they stopped there, and then they moved to the upstairs because they were going to knock down some concrete if they over flooded it on the top side. And you can see all the bracing, or the borders I have on the stairway. That's 3 inches. You saw the guy leveling it out earlier. He's making the pads. You can see him in the corner there, and the machine's running behind us somewhere. And I'm just walking around taking pictures. Yay! So anyway, they're working hard. The crew works pretty good together. They actually have fun, seem to enjoy their work, and they got the job done. At this stage, we actually did half of the top here, and then we had to wait for another truck to show up. So that was I believe the second truck. 1, 2. It's probably the third, beginning of the third truck. Yep. Or end of the third truck. And then we switch over to where the kitchens are. The camera shot really dark footage of the living room, so it's more of the same. So probably doesn't hurt not to have it. But here they're working. Here's some real-time shots of them screeding all the stuff out or moving it around. The concrete's obviously heavy, so a bit of a workout for these guys. Anyway, rinse and repeat, right? And 42 yards later, they got the job done. So near the end, there's little Frankie. That's a little guy. He's 4 years old, already concrete worker. We have to get 2 more yards as a separate order. So four full trucks and then 2 more, and that took about an hour to get back here. Then they poured, I'm guessing about a yard and a half in here, and then it was time to level it out to the garage floor, and it's on purpose about an inch higher than the garage, just to have a ridge in case something happens in the garage. So they're almost done. They're using the light from the doorway. The sun it's around 4 o'clock-ish now, 3:30, 4 o'clock here. So that's the light's pretty good right there. However, when they were doing the last skim coat, I'm sure they couldn't see too far into the building, so they had no light at that point. Anyway, here we are. We're gonna figure out how to do the ridge. He's gonna call me up. Pop and I are gonna show up with a beer in our hands, and we're gonna suggest to him what we'd like him to do. Here we go. So we're already celebrating, and I've decided to do a hard ridge when we frame out the door here from the garage to the inside the house. It's gonna be on top of the ridge, so we're gonna have a small little I don't know, little rampy thing going inside the house here. Now I don't want to step in, so it'll be nice and smooth. Anyway, they did a pretty good job. So the next day I decided to do a walkthrough. It was probably 7 o'clock at night. It didn't make any difference because there's no sunlight getting in here anyway, so I just have the 5 lights helping me here. This is the apartment, what we're calling the apartment. It's basically a bedroom, a big bathroom, and a big living room. No kitchen, but it'll have maybe a toaster oven or something or whatever. Then we walk into what we're calling our office space with a bedroom at the end of this wall. A little bit dark, but if you bear with it, it'll light up a little bit, and you can look at the floors. They look pretty good. There's minor little waves as you'd expect in pouring concrete. We'll fix all that up when we start grinding away. We're gonna build out the walls first probably, and then do the grind, because we can get puke on the floor and not worry about it, and then just grind it off. So that's another reason not to care about it at this point. Here's our master bedroom. Here's the hallway. Here's the living room on the right. I'll show you a better shot of that in a second here. So there's a view into the what we're calling the kitchen. Here's the kitchen area itself. Looks pretty good. And then I'll show you upstairs real quickly. And we're done for now. We're taking a little bit of like a day or two siesta here just for fun. We're both, well, all of us are sore. Angie and I have been lifting heavy stuff, so now we get to relax a little bit. Here's the upstairs, nice and flat. Then I'll show you the view from the upper section with the concrete. It looks a lot better than floors from a container, so it's consistent and it'll look better once it gets more dry. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you come back when we have more to show you. Next phase will be a little bit of build out, so come on back. We'll see ya. Bye.